When you whip open a woman's closet, you know everything about who she is, where she goes, who her friends are, where she vacations, anything about this woman, right? What she does to exercise, how she eats, like it's all in the closet.
How dusty those leggings are.
Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to Duo for Divas. I'm Jill, and while we have you, as always, hit like, subscribe, and share.
And I'm Libby, and today's guest is a energy stylist who has worked with Goop, with L'Oreal, and countless stars. She is the go-to person.
Colleen McCann's been featured in Vogue, Vanity Fair, the New York Times, and today she's talking do-overs, energetic closet clean-outs, and how to stop dressing like your past. I'm Corey.
So, Colleen, thank you for being here.
Yeah, ladies, thank you so much for having me.
I have to repeat that again. You are the energy stylist to the stars.
Yes,
she is. And you sort of balance everything all in one place. And what you bring is the energy that match your style, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So tell us, you began.
Yeah, I can tell you. So
Please.
I worked in editorial fashion for 15 years in New York City. And then in my late 20s, which was my first do-over, and now I'm in my second do-over, I'm about to be 46 in a few weeks.
You look great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right?
Super
Happy
great.
early birthday.
Thank you.
Yep.
So during my first do-over, I started hearing voices and seeing ghosts walk through the wall, and had all these wild things happen. My intuition volume turned up, and it sent me down this mystical rabbit hole where I did go to shaman school, became a Reiki master, a crystals expert, all the things.
Did that freak you out, or were you like, oh, this now?
I was fucking terrified.
Yeah,
I did a lot of crying in the corner.
God.
I mean, that's exciting now to look back on it, but in the moment, I'm sure you were like, oh, I'm going crazy.
No, it was awful because I grew up in a very strict Midwest Irish Catholic household, and this was not part of the curriculum growing up. And I know we see things everywhere now, healer this, shaman that, energy that, you can find it anywhere all over online. But at the time, you have to remember, this is about 20 years ago. This just wasn't around. And so it was just
Very
me
unusual.
thinking I was crazy. And I was like, okay, if I tell somebody, do I need to go to the mental institution? That kind of right. But I had my wits about me, and I was like, that doesn't feel like the right choice. So I made some other choices.
Congratulations.
Well,
we're glad.
Yes. Good choice. Fun choices, regrettable choices, in between.
It was a do-over.
So
We all have those choices we've made.
where were you working when this started happening?
So at the time, I was working for myself, as many fashion stylists do. I freelanced for everybody, and I was living in Brooklyn doing the fashion thing, and all over the place in Manhattan and beyond. And this was happening to me. But I have to tell you, right? As it happens a lot, it looked good on the outside, right? But I wasn't happy in my relationship. I just felt like my career needed a little bit of a zhuzh, and the universe came in with the rudest do-over ever. And I walk into this guy's office, and he just looks at me, and he's like, "Oh, you're not crazy, you're psychic." And I said, "What?"
Wow.
And he said, "Is this and this happening?"
Did you believe him?
The first do-over was in the 27 to 29-ish time period, which for any astrology fans out there or people learning about this, that's what's called your first Saturn return. And basically your life flips upside down in good ways and bad ways, right? It's also a time people are moving, switching jobs, having babies, getting married. So there's all these positive things, but there's also what I was experiencing. I'm not happy in my relationship. I'm not happy in my career. I need things to change. What am I doing here? So you get the light, bright side, and also the shadow side of going through a Saturn return, but you come out changed on the other side. So that's how old I was, and I know a lot about astrology now, which is I know now what was happening, even though I didn't know at that point what was going on.
And did you believe him? Were you relieved, or were you like, oh, not why I came here?
I wanted him to help me make this go away. That's what I wanted.
I would think. Yeah.
You're like Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost.
Exactly. what was happening.
Yeah, this is not okay.
This is not okay.
Yeah.
This is not what I
Go
want.
away.
Yeah,
Right,
go
right.
away.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
instead, he tells me, wait for this one. He said, okay, you're psychic. You need to read these books. You need to find a mentor. And I said, a mentor for what?
Yes.
What is this? And he also told me, and by the way, you're going to leave fashion, leave New York,
That is a lot to dump on you.
and
all
move
at
to
once.
California.
Oh my God.
And like any good
I'd be
New
like,
Yorker,
"Who?"
I said, over my fucking dead body.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
leaving this island?
I will never have pink nail polish on ever.
Yeah, ever.
I will never wear white all day long.
I will never wear.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's so true.
It's so true. It's so true.
Meanwhile, you're also trying to hold down a job,
Hold it
right? You're
down.
still
Oh,
working.
yeah.
Yeah.
of
And you're
course.
still working.
You're
Yeah.
still,
And
you
I
still have your
was.
day to day. Yeah.
And that was the thing. It was just this like giant secret elephant in the room that I
That
just
you're carrying
like,
around. That you're
Yeah.
Tell
carrying
anybody,
around.
yeah.
That's huge.
yeah,
Like when you lay in bed at night and you're like, I'm a what?
I'm a
I'm a
what?
psychic?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It
That's
wa-
powerful.
It wasn't fun information for me. No.
No. It's a big responsibility.
Yeah. So I called this Marissa person, and my friend Ava's like, just talk to her. Oh my God, I forgot. So I said, Ava, I don't have time to go to San Francisco right now.
Right.
I have to be on set tomorrow. Like
Yeah.
I can't do this. And she goes, oh, don't worry. She's going to come through the phone and heal you. And I said,
Okay.
That's a powerful phone.
okay, I've heard everything
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
phone psychics used to be very big.
Yeah,
Remember you used
Miss
to
Yes.
Cleo.
1-900 or
Yes.
what,
Yeah,
what
yes.
is it? 976?
Yeah.
Well, that's a different number, maybe.
Now, I have-
I grew up in a very
That's for
weird
something
household.
else.
That's for a whole different kind of entertainment.
She did a healing session on me and basically was moving some energy around to
Yep.
put it in layman's terms.
through the phone.
Through the phone.
Yeah.
And all I knew was after the session, I felt better and I felt more aligned. And she was giving me information about people that have the sixth sense, how they kind of walk around in the world, which was very helpful. And I went back. And I went back and I went back and I worked with her once a week for 3 years. over the
Staying in
phone.
New York.
Yep.
Was that healing for you through the whole thing? Was it? She became your first mentor. That was the mentor that you needed.
That was the
for
one.
sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was interesting, like the first so long, she was really teaching me and coaching me and like helping me learn how to get through my daily life as an empath and like what all this meant. And I'm like,
Yeah,
how
when
come
you need
when
to
I
put up the wall and protect yourself and like bubble
Correct.
off and yeah.
yeah, and it, to your point, it's like you say empath now, people actually know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Right.
but
Back then,
Yeah.
So she was explaining to me why I'd be in a crowded New York restaurant in the West Village having dinner, and someone at the table next to me, I could literally like feel all their shit and knew what was going
That's
on
what
in their
happens
life.
to my husband.
Yeah.
He
I
was
have that a little bit,
he
Yeah.
just did not know what was happening to him. He'd walk down the street and all of a sudden he'd just feel like rage filled, and he had started to realize it was the person that had just walked past
Completely.
him.
Wow.
That he was picking up on their energy, and it was really early for him too, and it was really hard. Nobody knew what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens. It happens all the time. And one of the biggest learning lessons as an empath to ask that question, like, is this mine or is this somebody else's?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
fine.
great when you can use it for your
Yes.
work. I mean, Stuart uses it in his work, and as you do now too. So, how did you transition into that fully? And I'd like to know how you
my God.
how you decided to bring the fashion
Right.
with
Well,
you.
and 3
Yes.
years later, did you then feel like, okay, this is who I am?
Okay, so it involves charm bracelets in a Vogue magazine. Is everybody ready?
So I'm picturing you, by the way, as like Carrie Bradshaw at like energy school,
Totally.
like the best dressed,
Yeah,
like
totally.
energy stylist.
Yeah.
And everybody else
Big
is
tulle
sort of a
skirt.
shit show.
Yeah.
She looks perfect, got crystals. Just everyone's like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, it was actually kind of interesting. So day one of energy school, I had gotten off the plane from the city. Got there, I was late. I'm a Virgo. I hate being late, so I was already like crazy frazzled. And I, whip open the doors. And there's like 100 people, and the teachers all turn around and go like
Yeah.
this. And I was like, help! and so I had on
Here
this
I
like,
What's everyone doing in here? You all doing something? So serious.
I had on these like giant platform shoes, like tiny little shorts. I had on like a long sleeve silk Celine top. Like I had an outfit on. I was in all black. It was,
of course,
117 degrees in Joshua Tree. There's sand in my platforms. Like everything is happening. And
but you looked fabulous.
I looked great. But again, I also looked like I was going to a fashion week party, not to energy school. Right. And that was like the whole like hee hee ha ha about this. Like everywhere I went, I felt like a freak in the room. I'm in the fashion crowd. Like I look like them,
sad
but
because
like
the way you're describing it sounds so amazing and so unique, and it's like so what you are, that it's like it sucks that you didn't know immediately that was so awesome.
No, I did not know. I felt like a total freak show. I'm okay with it now.
Yeah,
but at
you're
the time,
living two lives.
I was living two lives.
And when you're living two lives, you're not fully invested in one or the other because you're trying to figure each one out. And where do I fit? Am I this life?
How to combine them.
Yes.
And that's where we come to what you do now.
Correct.
You combined them.
This is when the Vogue magazine comes into the picture.
Great.
So 3 years have passed.
Okay.
I'm like into tarot. I've got crystals. I'm
amazing.
I'm doing Reiki. Like I started going down every rabbit hole that I could find that had to do with a mystical practice, which was great. And okay, so now I'm in Omega, which is in upstate New York, 90 minutes on the Metro North outside the city.
Okay.
And I was there for a final class, and the final class was all about divination. And divination is when you're using any object, which we see a lot of people, wand, cards, crystals, water, cloud patterns, piles of rocks, whatever they are, to help somebody get messages either for themselves or for a client, somebody that's sitting in front of them. I loved this class. I excelled at it. I had been waiting for this class. Okay, so the teacher says, hey guys, we're going to have a psychic fair tonight, and I want everybody to come as their alter ego. And the idea, like, honestly, kind of think about it like speed dating, that like half the room is going to be a psychic reader and the other half of the room is the guest, and they go to each person and get like a mini reading, and then you switch.
So hard.
Okay. But the idea is to teach a skill that like to learn how to read different energies
a lot of pressure,
quickly.
Though. You lost me at like speed dating.
See, I would prefer that because you'd not enough time to think about it.
Oh, well.
Right? You just on to the next.
And you have both
Colleen
ends
was
of the
probably
spectrum.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm right in the middle.
You're right in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
I was like, okay, cool. Literally the only thing I heard was I got invited to a party. What was I going to wear? That was like my concern.
My God.
Of course.
I heard very different things from that. I love you so much. Okay.
So I walk back to my cabin.
You want to look good while doing this.
Correct.
Totally.
So here's the deal. I was traveling for like 6 weeks before this. Omega was my last stop. Fashion Week is, moments away, and I had all my stuff. I wasn't even going back to Brooklyn. I was going straight to a hotel room in Manhattan. So I had all my like fancy fashion clothes with me also. Okay, fine. So I'm ripping open my suitcase, and all there is dirty laundry from 6 weeks and anything I would have worn to Fashion Week. And I was like, God, I just need I need a caftan. I need a mystical scarf. I was coming up empty. I was like, because that's what this looks like. All I have
that's the theme of this.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
All I have are my fashion clothes. And I was like, that's an alter ego. You would not believe this now, I was incredibly quiet in class. I was like a wallflower. Like I just wanted to like disappear and like get through whatever this is. I didn't talk very much. So everybody just saw me, black tank top, black yoga pants, top knot, like in the corner, right? And I said, well, this is, nobody knows this whole other side of me.
Yeah.
So
Time to bring her to the party.
Correct. So I blew out my hair. I put my lashes on, full lame for sure. And I said, okay, I'm a fashion psychic? Is that a thing? Okay. And then I was like, now I need the thing I'm going to read. I was like, okay, I could do cards, whatever, crystals, fine, some of this other stuff we were learning about. And I was like, but that is not the accessory that goes with this outfit. And I said, I need a fashion magazine. That's what I need. So, and then I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm in the middle of the woods. What am I going to do? So I ran through the woods in my stilettos and went to the bookstore. And
You
I
are
said,
now really Carrie Bradshaw, but go ahead.
yeah,
Totally.
maybe they have something for me here. So I go in, and this hippie guy behind the counter, I mean, full fucking judgment, was just like this, up and down. And he was, no. This one got off on the wrong train stop. She needs to go 90 minutes south of here, like wrong. Get out of here. And I was like, hi. Do you have a fashion magazine?
It's like, where the fuck have you landed?
Correct. So, and then I said, okay, cool. How about like a pamphlet from like Oprah or the Dalai Lama? I said, women's health? And I was like, oh God, my outfit's ruined. So someone taps me on the shoulder, and I spun around, and this girl's like, hey, I'm a fashion photographer from Australia, and I'm here for a breathwear class before I go into Manhattan for Fashion Week. And I was like, me too. So she said, I have the Vogue September issue in my room. Do you want it? And I said, yes, I want that. And everybody has to remember, this is a really long time ago when like those big, thick glossies that were coming out. Like the online presence did not exist. This is the Bible.
Yeah.
So she gives me this magazine, and I'm running to my class, and I like bust in, and everyone just like looks at me, and I was like, okay, cool, freak in the room again. And I thought, okay, I need to set up my reading space. And I'm looking around, I'm like, what do we have? And I found a red yoga mat and 2 red yoga poofs. And
What do you mean found?
It's like set
well, it was
design.
over in the corner.
Yeah.
So, and I sat down, and I was like, I need to channel my inner Joan Rivers right now. And I did red carpet readings.
Wow.
How fabulous is that?
It was fabulous, but the fuckery was I sit down, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Because
Right.
I
Because
was
you're
like,
inventing it.
I was inventing it right there. I was
You're
like, how do you
inventing it.
psychically read a fashion magazine?
Wow.
So I thought about it. We had learned about bibliomancy, which is basically very easy. You ask a question, open a book, and point or look at something, and that's how you're kind of getting the message that you're looking for. And I was like,
I don't know
okay,
that.
so let's do this. A fashion magazine's also like a stack of tarot, right?
Yeah.
And there's colors and numbers and meanings
All
and
sorts of
you know,
messages. Yep,
everything's
yep,
in there,
yep.
right? I can do this. So someone sits down in front of me, and I was like, okay, pick a page between 1 and 402. Let's do this.
I mean, those were huge. The Vogues were.
The September
I missed
issue
those.
was huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so this girl picks a number, and I turn to a Marc Jacobs bag ad. I remember this very specifically. There was a tall female androgynous model, naked, behind a bunch of bags, like doing the moves.
Fabulous.
And I'm like, okay. And I'm kind of looking at her.
Were you getting anything?
Not yet.
Okay.
And I was just very nervous, and all of a sudden, because I'm claircognizant, which means like the knowing, all this information just kind of like started to flood down. And I looked at her and I said, okay, yeah, so your therapy practice, you're going to move that. You want to help people that are struggling with some kind of like gender identity issues, and you're going to move. And like, I just started telling her all this stuff, and she was looking at me like that. And she said, but how do, yes, but how do you know that?
Wow.
And I said, all I could say, and let me be clear, I could tell this girl didn't like me. She didn't like what I was about, and like, let's just say we had different pursuits in life. And I was like, the Marc Jacobs bag ad told me so.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You picked the page, babe.
Right.
you landed on it.
I had nothing to do with this. So I ripped the page out, and I handed it to her, and I said, take this as a remembrance of our time together. And put this
Colleen.
somewhere to like think about what you're focusing on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I sat there, and it was literally like the lightning bolt moment, and I was like, oh my God,
I'm
if
onto
I can
something.
divinate a fashion magazine, I can do this to a closet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
And that was the moment that the idea for Style Rituals was born.
Yeah. So tell us about what you do.
Yes. Okay. And the closet was where it all started. I was very fortunate. A couple of months after I started my business, I had moved to LA. To make a long story short, the girls at Vogue had caught wind about what was going on, and the fashion director of
their
Vogue
magazine.
wanted.
They're like, you ripped up our
Their
magazine.
magical
You ripped
magazine.
up.
The woman's like, seriously? You took the Marc Jacobs ad out? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
They're like, you're going to Vogue jail.
totally.
That's the September issue.
Yeah.
How could you
Rude.
do such a rude?
Vogue jail. It's super plush, though. Super cush, that jail.
Thing is amazing.
I defaced it.
Yeah, you defaced it.
Yep.
Yeah. So they caught wind, and the fashion director of Vogue wanted a psychic closet cleanse, and she wrote about what I offered. She had an incredible experience, and
Wait, go back. What is a fashion closet cleanse?
so
Was she your first client? Or had you done?
no,
a
I had
few-
been like
okay.
No, 'cause she
doing
read
this.
about it.
Big client.
Because she read about
She
it.
read about it. So the idea with the psychic closet cleanse was that all of our objects hold energy, right? Including our clothing. We've got memories on there, good times, bad times. We have things that make us feel powerful. We have things that we're wearing to be comfortable, right? I feel like when you whip open a woman's closet, you know everything about who she is, where she goes, who her friends are, where she vacations, anything about this woman, right? What she does to exercise, how
Yeah.
she eats, like it's all in the
How
closet.
dusty those leggings are.
Yeah. How they're at the bottom of the drawer and
Yeah.
a crumpled bowl.
That's the amount of information I would get. Colleen gets a lot more. Yeah.
So, fun fact, I can feel energy in my hands. So I would go through someone's closet and stop on something that just felt vibey, and I'd look at someone and be like, what's going on here? And here come the tears, right? There's always a story about whatever I sense.
Grab, yeah.
Yeah. So that was, we had some things to talk about there. I was putting different crystals that symbolized different things around certain items in the closet. And then of course I'm leaning on my background that I'm like, look, this is disorganized in here. Let's get everything color coded. Let's put it according to genre. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So I had a foot in both worlds for the first time and felt like I was fully standing in my power, which was amazing. So
When I first read about you, I was like, how do you combine those two things? That's
Yeah.
so random.
Yeah.
And now that you're saying it, I'm like, it perfectly
Yeah.
melds
perfectly
together.
fits together.
It does.
Wow.
And I will tell you, the best part about a closet cleanse is those really toxic pieces that we take out of there, which I've had to remove a lot of like person's sweatshirts and t-shirts that we're still sleeping in and going to the gym in and the whole thing. We light that shit on fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
And let it go.
Yep.
That's
we have a fire
that's
ceremony.
Wonderful.
Wow, I've got a couple pieces I'd like to do that with. Yeah. Yeah.
You should try it. It feels
Yeah.
really medicinal.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the crystal every woman should have?
That's a good.
And where
Right.
in your home should
Yeah.
you keep it?
That's the
or
other
in your
question.
bra, because I've seen that. Where
You
you
want
say,
the
put it on your body.
only crystal. If you only
Yes.
have one crystal
Yes.
in
You
your
only
life,
have one.
What is the pin? What's the crystal?
God.
It's like your little black dress of crystals.
that would be clear quartz. That is
Clear
exactly
quartz.
what I call
and
it.
where should we
Okay.
keep it?
You do? You really?
It's in my book. I call it the little
oh, you knew
I thought
that.
you read that.
No,
Oh
No,
my
I
God.
Yeah.
but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
it's
it
like
does.
it's a neutral, right? Like a little black dress. It goes with
Yeah.
anything. You can
Yeah.
accessorize it, dress it
Yeah.
up, dress it down, however you
And
need
what
to
does
do
it
it.
do? Because
It's-
I'm a newbie to crystals.
It works as an amplifier, and it's also clear quartz is considered like the master healer. So this is the whole thing. If you're a minimalist and you're like, I just want one crystal, that's all I can handle, then I'll just have this one clear quartz.
And do I keep it by my bedside when I'm sleeping? Do I keep it, like you said, in the bra? Like, and how big does the crystal have to be? Does it
I mean, does size matter? Is that what you're asking me?
That
the
is
skill of the magician, but yeah, I don't know. Does it? Yes.
Depends
it
on
does.
what you're referring to.
A little
depends,
bit,
yeah.
it does. Yeah.
So yeah, some of that might be out of my job description, but as far as crystals are concerned, I like to say place with practicality and purpose.
Okay.
Right. So you sit in your living room all the time, like that's your happy place, then yeah, stick it in there, right?
Okay.
Or you're on the go and traveling all the time, then yeah, have a tiny one and keep it in your bra or your suitcase, right?
Okay.
So I'm a big place with purpose
Yeah.
person as
I always
to
put
start.
a crystal in my suitcase.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
And so
I
explain
have
the tarot.
crystals all over the place
do
because
you
of
really?
Tina.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
I gotta meet Tina. So explain that you do tarot readings before you enter a closet. What's the process?
Yeah,
So
how does
people
that?
will
Because
go,
I see
"Hey,
these beautiful
yes,
cards here. I
this
want to
is
know
so
how you
cool."
incorporate that.
Yes.
Yeah, great
so
question.
I work, and again, this all comes from my fashion background. When I do readings for people, we always start with cards and crystals because I'm putting together a trend board, if you will, or a visual narrative of someone's past, present, and future using the tarot cards and the crystals. It's just like a trend board, right? There's
Right.
little trinkets and all kinds of like magazine tears that have different meanings and words and things like that. So I've really taken that concept and brought it over onto the intuition side from fashion.
Yeah.
So this is how we start a session, right?
Okay.
I do take some time before I get to a client's house, and obviously, we have some kind of call, maybe there's a consultation. People are like, this just happened. And I should say that, like, nobody calls me unless they're going through some big moment of transition. And again, these can be really fun ones or hard ones, right?
Yeah.
There's,
Right,
a birth of a baby, or we just moved into a new house, or there's divorce or
Divorce,
death. Like
right?
it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, but
Right.
in times of transition, I get called to come in.
Do
And
they
You're like a
sometimes not
doctor.
even? Sorry, what?
No, I'm sorry. You're like a doctor. Nobody's calling just to say hello. They're
No.
like,
Well,
so this is happening.
Right.
But on that note, also, I'm sure some people call you and don't even realize they're in transition.
and then
Right.
there's that person.
Because I've been
Yeah.
motivated to call a psychic or have a reading or have my cards read or something when I didn't know something was going on, and that informed me.
or about
Right.
to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Wow. Do you get a lot of people who do
I
that?
do, yeah.
It feels like you are one of one in terms of someone who goes from fashion to complete empath,
And then marries them.
Yeah.
And then marries them
I was
too,
definitely
right.
the first.
Yes.
I can tell you that.
Absolutely.
So you meet someone, take us through a tarot, picking a few cards, like how it starts, just to give us a taste
Yeah.
of it.
Sure. So when I work with people in person, I have my client pick the card
Right.
Okay.
and the crystal, and then we just have a conversation about what's on the card, and I
And what
tell
you're
them
getting.
about what the crystal means. Yeah. So we
Cool.
And you help them discover, like they know they need something, like you said, Corey, and then you sort of help them zone in on what will best serve them,
yes.
right? You help
Yes.
them discover that by being there and getting through all of it.
Yes, and these are really just conversation starters, right? And a lot of times something will happen, like, and I'm sure everybody can see here, there's tons of different tarot cards. Normally, tarot readers work with a deck, or maybe they have a couple of favorite decks that they
Okay.
work with.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was like, that's just not going to do.
No.
I have approximately 300 different decks
Wow.
that circulate through my stack. And I like doing that. It's fun. It's fun to create a storyboard with
Yeah.
all these different color schemes and pictures and themes. So
Should I choose one?
yeah, if you okay,
my
so
God.
let's have teaching
Yeah.
moment here for
Yeah,
a minute.
please.
So what I'd all like you ladies to do, first of all, think about a question you have or something that's going on, or you need answers
to
to
choose
something.
one?
And gotta pick
So
one.
we're going to each pick one.
You're going to each pick one, and what you're going to do is to take your left hand, because energy comes in the left side of the body.
Oh, I never
Fun,
knew that.
Interesting.
fun fact.
That's
Yeah.
very cool.
And you can run your hand over the cards, get messy, whatever you need to do, put your hands on them. And I want you to think about your intention, and you'll feel something like heat, cold, tingles. Your hand may like just dip on a certain card. I'm a big believer that everybody is able to harness their intuition. I think it's just a matter, first of all, of practice, and second of all, right, like everybody has their specialties and skills in life. So it's a matter of like, are you able to like cook a meal for your family, or do you become a world-renowned chef, right? Both people are making food, but like in a different way,
Right.
right? Like
Yeah.
they're getting through the day-to-day, and this people are a specialist in their field. So I look at
Yeah.
this the same way that like I think everyone can do this, and also this is my job.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
so go ahead and get in there.
You want to start?
Get
All of us
messy
at the
if you
same
do.
time?
And
Same
also,
time?
I will tell you, because nobody leaves a party without a gift bag here at Style Rituals.
goodness.
I want you to each pick your bag. There's a crystal inside.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see what crystal you get. And you get a little message.
Do
Okay.
we all do this together? Or?
You guys can do whatever you want.
Do you have an intention? A question?
Up, up.
You have to think
Can I
about
just
it.
stop?
Okay. That deck has a lot of words on it.
Can I read it?
You can.
I won't read it out.
Wait, no, we got to all pick, I think,
Okay.
first.
Okay.
And get your bag that has your crystal in it.
Yeah. Choose your crystal. I knew you were going to pick that.
How'd you know? You
I
know
just
me.
knew. I knew that was yours.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead. You could have just stopped there the first time you went across.
No, because I wanted to make
That's
sure I
Corey
was
for you.
feeling
That's Corey
it.
for you.
I saw right where your hand was.
Just grab it.
Oh, damn it. I don't really want this one, but this is mine.
So what's the next step? We read them?
Okay. So go ahead, turn them over. Just take it in.
Okay.
I want you to pay attention to what's on it. Is there a special number on it? Color, words. If there's anything you're resonating with, a lot of people sometimes will be like, "Oh gosh, this is exactly what's been happening for me." I'll hear that a lot too.
Wow. This is 2 of my big relationships.
Really?
Yes.
I'm looking at your card and it's TLDR.
What's TLD? What's TLDR?
Too long, didn't we? I'm just kidding. That's why I got one with no words. So there you go.
Lovely.
Me too.
Yeah. So?
What do you
And what
ask?
crystal did you get?
Oh,
Can I take everything out?
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in there.
That's so sweet of you.
Gift bags.
No, I'm
so
loving it.
nice. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait to explore this bag.
Oh,
What is this?
you got the little black dress.
I got the little.
That's-
the essential. Is this the quartz?
That's the essential. Yeah, it's the clear quartz.
Oh,
so it
neat.
I
helps
feel so
to-
lucky. I feel so lucky all of a sudden. I really do.
Yeah, you are.
So it helps to amplify an intention. So whatever intention is on that card really needs to
I have so many intentions. That's the problem.
filled with intentions.
I want everyone to be happy. I do. I want everyone to be happy around me. That's it. That's the biggest one. Oh, I'm so lucky.
That's amazing. Now, do you,
Wow.
So
do you
how
want
do you
Colleen
feel
to
that?
tell you about the card?
Yeah, wait, I know you're a good mom. I can tell that. But I just, I think make sure to let go of regret because that's an energy that can eat at you.
It does.
Yeah.
Why? He's a great. What am I?
Yeah.
What? Like I know it's insane that I have these feelings.
Yeah.
I do.
And it's
You're
also
just greedy.
natural.
You want more.
I just
Well,
want him
it's
to be
such
5
great
again
advice.
my
And you're
little
love it.
grieving.
It is.
You're
Grieving.
grieving.
I'm grieving.
A
Yeah.
stage of life for both you and your son.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And I think like maybe what could help is when he is coming home, like make sure you're creating new memories with him to fill that space, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what next
That's
week
awesome.
is too. Before he goes.
Yeah, totally.
that's awesome.
You're
I
welcome.
got the little black dress.
You did.
I got a
gonna be with me
rose
forever.
quartz, and I'm very excited about this.
Ooh.
I'm very excited about it, but I don't know what this means.
What is
So, it's the 10 of crystals.
The 10 of crystals, which is
beautiful.
The with traditional tarot suits is the 10 of pentacles. They're the same thing. But what I'm kind of hearing around this is like, 10 of crystals, 10 of pentacles is a great card as far as like the idea of abundance. But what I'm really looking at is the image on the card. And I feel like I need to tell you like to make a map. I mean, don't think a literal map, like not that you're going somewhere, but like about making a map of your life or what you're going to do or where you're going to go with things in the future.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
I don't know that I ever feel like I don't need a map.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know how that will manifest. But yeah, I understand like trying to figure out where my next place to land.
Yes. Yeah. Putting your intentions down on paper, even if you actually need to make a mind map of like this thing, like how are they all connected? Almost like how a spider web connects. Like, well, if I do this, how do I get over here? Or I have this intention, like who do I need to talk to do that? Or if I want to, seeing how they could all click
Work
together and work together.
I see. Okay.
Interesting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I have Harvest,
Ooh.
number 44.
Okay.
And this pretty crystal.
You have amethyst,
Amethyst.
which is the stone of wisdom and also helps to keep energy vampires away from you.
Oh, I love that.
That's
oh
a good
one. Where have you been my whole life?
I could be the energy vampire you need to keep at
Oh,
bay.
Lord.
A little bit.
Oh, so many. So
Get in line,
many.
Jill.
Low-hanging fruit.
It really is. It really is.
That's great. And so what does Harvest mean?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
okay. What's really interesting, I think, with all three of you ladies is there's a transitional period. Bless you.
Thank you.
There's a transitional period happening for all of you. And I think that what's important when we're kind of exiting a cycle, it's very important to like harvest or like take stock of where we've been, what we've done, who we met, what was good and what was bad, what we do again, what we wouldn't. And to kind of think about that. And obviously all the lessons, medicine, teachings, we want to harvest those and take those forward as we move along. So I'm also going to say that there's kind of a little like wink at you that, you've gained a lot of wisdom from the last cycle, whatever we want to call that in life. And you're taking that forward, but it's also important, I think, especially for like to kind of have a look at your boundaries to make sure that like maybe the things that you didn't like that have happened to you, like look at those and think about how, could I have had a stronger boundary with that person, said yes, said no, did I let that affect me too much? Whatever that might have been, and to know that going forward, you need to make sure that you're holding the line in whatever that situation is.
Interesting.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Wow. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's great. When you go into closets, do you like give them style advice too? Like you come, you read, you tell them, okay, this is who you've been, this is where you're going, right?
Yeah.
Do you then like you throw things away and do you give advice on, okay, this is what you're keeping, but this is what you need too?
Yeah.
For your future self, as you like to say?
Yes, I totally rely on my past life and fashion and my intuition at the same time. So we might bridge over into like, hey, this doesn't fit me anymore, or this is out of style. And then leaning into color psychology around what some colors you may or may not want to wear. I call them power colors that you want to wear. So we're looking at the energy of color. We might be rebuilding a wardrobe. We're getting rid of stuff. Maybe someone wants a capsule collection now, or they're moving and have a small closet, or they're moving and have a big closet. So I think there's a lot of things to consider, but energy always plays into that, right? Because it's a representation. Our closet's a living, breathing organism within our home, and how it represents us and how we interact with it.
And do you always combine the two, or do sometimes people, ask for a session with you and you just go and you do the cards and you do? Or do
Oh,
you
yeah.
Always, it's not always
Oh,
a
no,
closet
no.
cleanse.
No.
That's
I
just
do
another aspect of what you do.
Correct. I do
Gotcha.
60 to 90 minute
Yes.
private sessions
Yes.
in person in
Yeah.
New York or LA or over Zoom because I see clients worldwide.
Right.
For sessions, and then everybody gets to take the cards and the crystals from the sessions, and I ask them to build an altar because that's the energy they're carrying right now and what they're working on, and we know energy goes where we put it. So if you're looking at that every day, you're like, oh yeah, I remember we talked about this thing, right? I'm working on this thing. So there's that piece, there's the closet piece, and then there's when I get into the bigger piece of the actual home.
I mean, it's amazing because you took who you were in your previous life, you were, before you pivot, and you created something completely new. Are there other people like you now? Did you create like a new lane?
Yeah, there's knockoff Colleen.
Yes, exactly.
It's not the real Colleen. Though.
That's right.
I have seen some other people out there that I think have been inspired by the work I started over a decade
way
ago.
of saying it. It's lovely.
I mean, it sounds like you're a
love it.
perfect person for that second chapter that you
Yeah.
want to like clear the deck,
Yeah.
clear your energy, like have the courage to take that next step.
I'm so happy that we got a chance to have you here. And I'm absolutely going to call you. I want a session. I want another
I know.
session. I need more of this. Oh my God. Everyone, call her. Call Colleen.
For anything.
Yes, seriously.
To heal yourself, to get back to your energy, to
start.
find your fashion, to
Yeah,
all of
to
it.
start.
To
Just
start.
to start.
For the do-over.
Yeah,
For the
for the
do-over.
do-over.
You are the ultimate do-over.
And how do people reach out to you if they want a session? To
Absolutely.
Instagram or website?
You can
or...
find me at stylrituals.com
Yep.
or style_rituals on all the socials.
I love it. I love, again,
They just
cultivating
DM you?
calm.
They just DM you and ask for a session?
They
Is
can
that-
DM or reach out to hello@stylrituals.com. There's
Oh, great.
all the appropriate buttons on my website to find me.
We will see you next week on Do Over Divas.
Yes. Please follow and subscribe. Do us a favor
And
so we
share.
can keep bringing you good stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. See
Thanks
you
a
next
lot.
time.
And thank you,
See you
Colleen.
later. New episodes of Do Over Divas dropping every week, wherever you get your podcasts.